And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym and the Crypto, episode 878. Today is Monday, January 24th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Big Daddy Z, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
It's the fact that I don't even see it coming. You just hit me out the blue with them. Today's top story is crypto YouTubers fall victim to hacking and scamming attempt. No regrets for New York City mayor receiving his first Bitcoin paycheck during dip. Men check Bitcoin price more frequently than women, new study reveals. Crypto exchanges, Twitter gets hacked by disgruntled employee, and Biden administration to release executive order on crypto as early as February is being reported. First and foremost, what's going on with those prices of Bitcoins, eh?
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at our prices today, Bitcoin took a shit over the weekend. $33,699, down 4.6%. Ethereum, $2,213, down 9%. Binance Coin at $344, down 7.8%. Cardano sitting at 99 cents, slipped below $1, down 9% as well. XRP at 57 cents is down 6%. Solana at 84.50 is down 14%. Terra Luna at 63.12 is down 6.8%. And Dogecoin, how far the mighty have fallen, at 13 cents is down 5% today.
It can still get to $1, bro.
Stop hating. We can still get to $1, bro. Stop hating on my Doge. I just want to take a quick look at this.
You're a fool. You gonna rub it in?
I'm not rubbing it in. I just need people to understand. Like, bro, we were telling people about this when it was going to $1. Remember when it hit that 70 cent? Everybody was like, it's definitely going to $1.
To be honest,
it's only down from there. That's what we was trying to explain to y'all. I saw this post. This guy was on Reddit or something. He said he dumped his joint savings in the Dogecoin when it was like 60 cents, waiting for it to go to $1. And yeah, he's not looking too hot right now. His wife doesn't know. So shout out to that man. Hopefully he makes it home safe and she don't stab him in the sleep.
You know, and it's one of those things where that's the irrational buying of it really quick. Not only do you clearly not know the fundamentals of market cap and that type of stuff, because it's just like the whole Dogecoin to $1 thing where it's like, do you know how much money it has to, like, where would the money come from? Like, you have to have a government trying to pump and dump it, which probably happened too, by the way. But, you know, not just the market cap, but also just the upside of it. Let's say you did go into Dogecoin heavy at 60 cents and you wanted it to get to $1. Folks, that's not like
that's less than a 2x.
Yeah, it's a good gain. It's not an amazing gain. It's like 40% difference or whatever. So essentially, like, you're betting the house on a 40% difference when essentially, if you literally just DCA, you'll see that 40% over a year and a half usually. So yeah, that to me, that's why I say, no, it just gets irrational at a certain point. If you, again, there's those two pumps. It's the one where nobody even knows about the coin. The earliest people get the pump. And then the second one where people start to find out and there's another big pump. After that, it starts to kind of settle down usually. But if you miss those first two big pumps, especially when you're talking about projects to $1 is such a psychological price point in cryptocurrency. Usually you just want to wait for it to cross $1. If it crosses $1 and it's still pumping, it's one of those things like, oh, this thing go to $81 or something like that. You know, you start looking at Solana. Okay, we get it. But when the whole goal for Dogecoin was to just get to $1, like, and you're buying that 60, 70 cent, risque.
Hey man, like you said, here go these two pumps. One pump, two pumps.
And we're done.
And we're done. And if you need insight into the type of people buying Dogecoin, please, is Dogecoin okay to invest in?
Hilarious.
When will it rise? Like,
hilarious.
There are rumors that Doge will be accepted to market all for buying.
They're going to
rumors. That's what I'm saying. Man. Partnerships, rumors, sponsorships.
Hey, about to go to Africa, plant some trees.
Come on.
Really quick to go with that. You know, if you are still in Doge, I want to say this really quick for trading advice. No, not advice or whatever, but just for those who are in crypto who like this weird, funny, fake money, want to talk about technology. Here are my thoughts really quick, folks. Bitcoin is at a low today. We know it's high. It's as high since 2017, of course, but it's at a low considering where we've seen the all-time high go. Two methods you have right now. If you're interested in being in this market just to make more money and get more fiat dollars, then you definitely want to go heavy into the altcoins you truly believe in. If you really think, hey, this Solana outages stuff is just going to happen for a few more months and we're in the clear, Cardano is the future, Dogecoin, whatever all these projects are, if you really do believe they are, they have some legs left in them, then you should go into them heavier. They are definitely at a low. As we said, go back down to like their all-time lows.
Super low.
So now is not the time to pull out of those, unless the only other difference is unless you actually do believe in Bitcoin. If you really believe in Bitcoin, the project of Bitcoin, everything it has to offer, this is your chance to accumulate Bitcoin, people. You missed it at 4K, you missed it at 10K, you missed it at 20K. Zay and I were talking before the show. It could still go down, we think, as low as 27 to 29,000. However, right now at 33, for a lot of you who've been in this market, you can afford a chunk of a Bitcoin right now if you were to consolidate. So something to think about. If you do consolidate, you would be missing out on fiat gains, which means if you consolidated today and Bitcoin had a slow growth and didn't go to 80K until another 6 months to a year, you may miss out on the 10X with Dogecoin right now. However, if you want to be safe and make sure you have your Bitcoin in pocket, like this is the time to consolidate and get your Bitcoin. Like this is the moment, folks. So just want to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, this is March. This is March 2020 all over again.
Exactly. And if you are in one of these altcoins and you're like, well, I don't want to put any more in, but like, do I get rid of it? Like at this point, you kind of got to ride the tide. Like I said, if you're not willing to consolidate and go into Bitcoin, the last thing you want to do is go back into fiat currency from this market at this moment. You definitely don't want to do that. So if you're in Dogecoin right now, you bought at 50 cents. Hey, ride it out. It'll hit 50 again. Bitcoin might be at 193,000, but it will hit 50 again. Don't worry. Really quick, what's going on? Crypto Boy, Goodness, Chappie, Patrick, Chemo Crypto, BXSX, Larry, Jerron, Mr. G, M Peacock, Kadeem, Bit Gunner. Good morning, everyone. Tiffany, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. Top story of the day. Crypto YouTubers fall victim to hacking and scamming attempt. Many of the affected accounts knows the fraudulent videos and remove them from their channels within minutes of them being posted. This is the moments where it's like, it's good. We're not like a huge channel, but it still makes me wonder because every time something that's happened to crypto YouTubers in this space, we haven't been hit. And normally the channels that do get hit, we're like, those are the ones we've been questioning the whole time anyway. Like, how y'all get bigger than us so quick anyway? So I really feel like some of the channels that get hit sometimes is like, what type of marketing, what was going on in the back end that had you grow? So like you came out 2 years ago and your first video had 13,000 people watching it. Like, hey, that was kind of weird to me. And now all of a sudden you got hacked for a second time. So again, I say that because this same list of people are people who essentially have been hacked on YouTube already, or their YouTubes were shut down by YouTube itself. Things have happened with their Twitters, but like this is something like it's an ongoing thing with these same groups and names of people I keep seeing. But looks like hackers attacked a number of popular crypto YouTuber accounts at some point during the afternoon of January 23rd. The accounts posted unauthorized videos with text directing viewers to send money to the hacker's wallet. So it looks like some of the accounts that have been targeted by the attack include BitBoy, Crypto, Altcoin Buzz, Box Mining, Floyd Mayweather. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how did Floyd just come out of the blue and get hit? Floyd, Ivan on Tech, The Moon, among others. You can see here Andres Antonopoulos, Altcoin Buzz, Crypto Banner, Coin Market Cap. So to be fair, it looked like they got like a mix of different types of personalities, but it looks like the Binance Smart Chain wallet address that was listed on the fraudulent videos had only 9 transactions in BNB at the time of the writing, with a total value of 850. So luckily, it didn't really catch wind.
Hold on.
Yeah,
it was only up for 2 minutes. Oh yeah, it says the next paragraph.
Yeah,
it was up for 2 minutes, and they made $850 in 2 minutes from 9 people. Come on, bro. Who are these people?
How crazy this market is.
Who are these people?
That's $1 Dogecoin right there. And again, this is my point, where it's just like, this is my point. We're gonna stop victim blaming and going after influencers or going after, even I don't care if the Kim K's of the world, she said the Ethereum Max, whoever. Like, we're not going after them. I'm not with these lawsuits. Keep calling mommy and daddy, nanny state and regulators. Then you want to cry about not having your full rights. But it's just like, this is the market. All they had to do was post a fraudulent video and people start buying because their favorite person told them to. That's their fault. Do your own research with every buy, folks. And when you're looking at Bitcoin, you can't really go wrong. But looks like Michael Gu told CoinTelegraph that his YouTube channel, Box Mining, posted a video without his permission. But luckily, we caught it within 2 minutes of the video going live and managed to delete it, he said. But by that time, there are already views and comments from my community. This is crazy. What are your thoughts on all this?
Well, it looks like it may be an inside job. Could YouTube have gone after these crypto YouTubers themselves? Because a lot of them were saying that they have 2-factor authentication. And we all know if you have two-factor authentication and you have a secure email and you're doing everything correct, which most YouTubers do, at least to the smallest extent, it's a little fishy right there. You know what I mean? Like, how does all of these YouTubes at the same time get hit? Again, I don't know exactly how it happened, but again, tinfoil hat on, I think it's an inside job, either an employee or a mercenary that works for YouTube to clear out the stuff they don't want. Because again, when it happened, I remember seeing it on Twitter, and people were like, "How did all of us get hit at the same time? Like, this must be the best hacker in history."
What was the last? Remember the last Christmas gift they got? It was like a couple years ago. Those YouTube channels got the Christmas gift.
A bunch of them got took down. Yeah, exactly. So, man, like I said, very likely this is either a hack on YouTube side or a rogue employee. That's how they got so many people at the same time. Exactly, working in IT, doing security audits and all that. There's almost no way somebody could have hacked 2FA for all these accounts at the same time. So again, they might have to investigate YouTube, and YouTube seems like they're hating right now if it was them, or it was just a rogue employee.
Hey, Gigi said, I know who did it. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to YouTube. I have nothing negative to say about them because, again, we have never received this Christmas and New Year's gift from them, and we wanted this to keep going. Maybe they maybe they like us, bro. Hey, shout out to YouTube. Maybe they back there, they really do like us, and they're like, hey, we fuck with the gym and the crypto. They good. Everybody else, hey, red button their ass today. Yeah. But seriously, this is the second time it's happened to the exact same accounts. I remember the first time it happened when all those accounts, I think it was a year or 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, excuse me. Maybe even 3 years ago. We've been doing this too long now at this point. But you know, whenever it was 2 or 3 years ago, and all these YouTube accounts got shut down. Again, there were the accounts who grew relatively fast, like just out the blue. So my thought was maybe there's something going on in the back end, but you're right. All these accounts had two-factor authentication, and it's happened again. It may be coming from the parent company. If so, we do not like, of course, any type of what's called restrictions, but it looks like somebody at YouTube might like us, and they like, look, we trying to help y'all out. You trying to get a leg up today?
Hey, we trying to give y'all the top spot. We don't want it that way, but appreciate it whoever did it.
But we thank you. Right. Let's see what else is going on. No regrets for New York. I mean, in this story, you know, no regrets for New York City mayor receiving his first Bitcoin paycheck during the dip. You know what? Like these stories grind my gears, and here's why. I saw another story over the weekend talking about how much money Odell Beckham Jr. has lost taking his money in Bitcoin, his paycheck.
I saw that too.
Even though first and foremost, to debunk that, folks, he didn't it's not like in football, they give you all the money you're due that year at one time. You get it broken up, fractionalized. So he didn't lose all his money in his contract to Bitcoin. That's not even right. But second thing is, like, what's up with these hating ass pocket watches? I mean, to be real, it's such an American thing to do. I know it really is. Whereas this whole thing of keeping up with the Jonases or keeping up with the Kardashians, like I truly feel bad for a large percentage of our country who look at other people's wallets. Like I feel bad. Like you really sit there all day trying to figure out how much money other people make instead of just making your own money. This is crazy. But this story reminds me of that because this is like one of those few times where there's always a Bitcoin news. Whenever there's a big dip in the market, you better believe they like to try to make fun of all the people who decided to invest in Bitcoin to go 100% into it. Because it's almost like this FUD cautionary story where it's like, oh, you see this? You see what happened to this person? Like it never fails Bitcoin's day. Every time the price of Bitcoin severely dips, I start getting text messages and calls out in the morning like, you still in Bitcoin? Have you seen the price? And then every time it's at its all-time high, I get the same text messages and calls from the same people. And I tell you what, majority of those people are always on the sideline. They're not even in the actual market.
Not even in the game.
Yeah. They're just on the sideline, just want to tell me about how low the price is and am I okay, or how high the price is, how am I doing? It's just like, I don't want to talk to you regardless.
Yeah, that's like fans in the stadium yelling out, "Oh, you got hit!" And you're like, "You don't even play, bitch. Shut up."
What are your thoughts about this? What's going on with this story? And I'm glad to see the New York City mayor Adams actually have a resolve and those diamond hands to be like, bro, it's just like it's not a big deal. What's your thoughts on this?
Oh yeah, no regrets for NYC mayor getting his first Bitcoin paycheck after 50% drawdown.
Why they got on white right here? Just real quick. Go ahead.
Let me pull this up real quick.
Cointelegraph, you know you black, right?
Yeah, as I say, drop the. Let me. Everybody forgot, but no regrets. That's basically what it seems like right now. And trying to make it seem like Eric Adams made a terrible decision. But again, like I said, Eric Adams, after the price took a nose down from 41,000 to 35,000, he's effectively taking a 15% haircut on his first wages. And how much money did you lose, and do you have any regrets? Was the question asked by a CNN interviewer. And he sidestepped the question and started shining a spotlight on Bitcoin technology. He said, it's the same way I invest in the stock market. We saw a drastic drop during 2018 and other times. The purpose of Bitcoin is to send a message that New York City is open to technology. We want to see a large amount of new technology in the city and to encourage our young people to engage in these emerging markets. Now, this is the problem with mainstream media. They are dumb. They do not understand that if he got his paycheck in Bitcoin and he didn't sell it into USD, he didn't lose 15% of anything. He got Bitcoin. And then the Bitcoin that he has, if he holds on to it, which I'm pretty sure he will, long term, that Bitcoin, I hope they write a story that says, well, how does it feel that your Bitcoin is up 100%? Like, I hope they do both sides. They only do it when it's drawdowns. And the OBJ story was even more egregious because it came from Darren Rovell. I saw him on Twitter, 2 million followers. He doesn't understand Bitcoin. He doesn't understand anything about the industry. He was saying the same thing. He was saying his tax rate after getting paid in Bitcoin, he was only going to make like $35,000 this year. And I was like, you do realize if you don't sell that Bitcoin, there is no tax to it. So I don't think they understand what they're saying, because they think everybody denominates Bitcoin in USD and is looking to trade in and out. That's not the case. And again, this just shows a problem with the industry, that mainstream media is doing everything they can to push back against it. And any sort of bad news, they love it. They jump in. They're like, see, you shouldn't have tried to jump into the Bitcoin market. You're gonna lose your money. And then next bull run, all of a sudden they scatter. So no regrets at all from Eric Adams. Shout out to him for doing it. Bear Suarez is doing the same thing. Don't think they're gonna regret it.
There we go. And really quick, I forgot to mention today's show sponsor, as Lauren Sanders says here. I always thought with any kind of investment, rule number one, play at your own risk. Do not risk more than you can afford to lose. So, of course, always do your own research. But we want to give a shout out to a video we will be premiering after theqube.cc, theqube.cc. It's a new DEX AMM that hopes to take over the likes of Uniswap, SushiSwap, and other exchanges of the sort. Of course, do your own research. Leave a comment in that video once we post it and let us know is it something you're interested in or not. They will be listing their token on PancakeSwap this week on January 28th. They'll be on Talking Swap, so they definitely want to promote and let people know. Again, we haven't done a super deep dive into it at all. We just glanced at it, presenting you the information. So do your own research. But if it's something you're interested in, again, it may be a new DEX with a new token that are trying to compete along the likes of Uniswap and SushiSwap. So again, shout out to theqube.cc for that. All right, back to the regularly scheduled programming. What else is going on? Men check Bitcoin price more frequently than women, new study reveals. This is a very weird and interesting story we thought we'd just talk about. A new study lays emphasis on the importance of crypto education for women, as a lack of knowledge leads to exclusion in the crypto industry. That's right. It looks like a new study has shed light on the differences between men and women in different aspects of crypto trading and investment, revealing that 60% of women have very limited or no knowledge about crypto assets, a critical element affecting investments, while 2/3 of men have a medium and high level understanding of crypto. Kind of a joke, but not really. A portion of that is because men literally can't be shirtless or wearing like a beater on and talk crypto in a sexual way, and people will watch it. Like, not trying to be funny, but a lot of the women, not a lot, but some of the girls and women in the crypto, at least on IG and some Twitter and stuff, it's like, yo, what is this? Is this a light key OnlyFans, or is this a crypto show? What's happening here? So I will say,
NF titties.
Right, yeah. I will say, when you add in just that little bit of a thing, then I can see where some of those percentage points might slide. I haven't seen the dude, nor do I want to, but like a dude in boxers, like with his leg up on the table, like, let me tell you about this Ethereum Max. Like, I just haven't seen that. I don't think that will. I mean, to be real, I mean, the only time some of these weird altcoins pump from these influencers, from the guys, is like they gotta be like super popular and already have a lot of money. From the woman, you just gotta be pretty. Like, if you're pretty, you can pump an altcoin overnight. But I don't know. What else is this study saying? This is my anecdotal evidence, but what else?
Well, it seems as though some of the things we already knew about the industry, they wrote about it. The women make less money, and they also have less knowledge about the crypto industry. So they would check prices less, or they would be less involved. There are a lot of women in the industry that are trying to change that, to bring women into the industry as well. The biggest thing about this industry is that nobody is kept out. It's open to everybody. So as soon as you hear about it, if you want to get into the industry, there's nobody stopping it. And as they quoted here, the male-dominated culture built within the crypto industry becomes visible in both the demographic and psychological factors that affect financial investment decisions. I'm sorry, but if you don't want anything to do with male-dominated industries, that means you don't want to live in this world. It just is what it is. The only thing that can incentivize good behavior is the fact that nobody can stop you. The barriers to entry are gone. The old financial system dominated by males too, but they have all these barriers to entry that may keep women out or that they may not know about. So again, this is something we all already know about. We want, inclusivity in the space, but we also want equal opportunity, not equal outcome. Everybody has the same opportunity. You just have to make sure you get it out there. And if you are in the industry and you're a woman and you're getting other women to the space, that's great. But if you are a man in space and you bring other men into space, it doesn't really matter. I mean, who gets into space? Everybody has a chance. So at the end of the day, shout out to them for making light of this. But I don't really know how to fix it. To tell you the truth, I'm not a woman, but I do know. I do know if you start telling women that they can save money on shopping with Lolly, most women I've talked to, they actually love that. Like when I tell them you can save on Sephora, I do it with my wife all the time. They look. I mean, I don't know exactly where to get it. I don't know because women watch a lot of different media outlets. We need Shade Room to pump crypto, and then you'll get 80%.
I was on the Fox. I was on Fox Soul the other day, Tammy Mack show. I did that with the technology thing, and that was one of the questions they asked. It's like, no, they actually think the whole, like, why aren't more Black people in crypto, whatever. I'm like, it's just not cool. I'm like, there's no actual like. So my solution for women in crypto, and shout out to Mon F. We got a lot of ladies in our chat right now. Mon is like, hey, they lying. I'm in here every day, which is true. We got a lot of ladies in our chat every day. But one thing, if this is a real thing, whether it's Black people, Mexican people, women, transgender people, whatever the people are who are being left out of crypto, here is literally the easiest solution you can do right now, and you will not be left out. Buy Bitcoin. Literally, it's like an arms race. Y'all not listening, but you don't have to do nothing else. Get with yourselves, whatever community you're in that you feel is being left out. Get with that community, and you all buy a bunch of Bitcoin and hold it together. That is your power right now. Like that is the power. If you got some people can't get one whole Bitcoin. People like some people can't get one Bitcoin. It's at $33,000 a day, which is fair. A lot of people do not have $33,000 saved up, especially they don't have two savings of $33,000, one to put into a new asset class and one to actually save for rainy day. So it is very difficult to do to have Bitcoin. But if you want to show your power in this space, I guarantee you, you show any media outlet, you show any conference organizer, you show any project founder, you show any CEO, VC, on and on. If you show anyone in this space a wallet with a lot of Bitcoin, you're in. You're in the game, and you run the game too. You're not just in it on the sideline. So literally my solution for this, for any community out there who feel like they're being left out of crypto, I can't speak about every industry, but for this industry, if you really feel like you're being left out, go work the fucking McDonald's and get off and go work at 7-Eleven, then go home that night and buy more Bitcoin. Do that for 2 or 3 years, and you would not be left out of this community any longer. But yeah, if you're a little broke boy or girl and you don't got no crypto and you crying about being left out,
you crying. Anybody try to hear all that? Hey, what did you do about it? Do something about it. Hey, I know when I got into crypto before I wrote Bitcoin in Black America, there was none of us. And then now we're more likely to buy to any other demographic. You got to do the work. It took like 9 years, but hey, you got to do the work. And long term, I just think this isn't going to matter. Like, because anybody can join it. All of the separations of race, gender, sex, it's needed now because of the past we have, but for the future, hey, we're gonna move forward regardless. Nobody can stop
you. Yeah, folks, just buy more. We keep saying every day, buy more Bitcoin. Let's see. XXXD said, how is he able to receive Bitcoin in New York when residents aren't able to trade or invest in crypto? Bingo! There you have it, folks. Gang. We keep telling you they were going to do it for themselves, not for you all. That's actually a great point. The mayor can get Bitcoin, but everyone else can't. And speaking of the mayor, folks, oh my goodness, I was under the radar for years. This is going to be the year I'm going to have to report this, Goddamn Cash App. I bought and sold maybe $200-300 worth of crypto. Remember, I was like, I keep all the spare change. I buy it a couple times with cash. They didn't got me, man. They just sent me the tax ID form. I was like, bro, it's like for $200-300. Don't matter. I'm in the game now. It's official.
Don't matter.
Class of 2022. They got my ass. Cash App.
Oh man.
I knew they were the feds, but I didn't know they was like the feds. My goodness. If you use Cash App for crypto, folks, they are literally sending them things out right now. This is crazy. But yeah, you're gonna definitely want to check that box this year. Let's see what else do we have in the comments. Let's see. Kadeem said they can use Coinbase, Gemini, Cash App. Mon said that article is probably written by a man, right? DJ Sahara said, I said this at the Black Blockchain Summit, kind of like the internet era when computers were made out to be a bros club. Women are doing incredible in the space, especially with the introduction of NFTs for sure. And shout out to Naja's in Inglewood, Naja Roberts down there in Inglewood with Crypto Blockchain Plug. They've been in this space for some years now. What you about to say, Zay?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, back in those days, internet days, you had to buy a lot of hardware. It's very expensive. Knowledge was very scarce. And today, all you need is a phone and knowledge is everywhere. So it's a little different today onboarding, but you're right. Yeah, a lot of people, it's called a bros club. And the people that don't like that, of course, they're going to use it for their whatever political games. But yeah, definitely.
Carson, thank you for the tips at tuition for my daily class. Really quick about the male and female thing too. When it comes to these bros clubs and stuff, people, I think you all forget sometimes too. You all forget one thing that you all forget, and I think it falls by the wayside only because men might actually be a little bit better at this, but maybe we might be better at knowing we're not number one. And what I mean by that is in the bros club, there's only like 10 bros who run it. Everybody else is just like following the fucking line ASAP.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've been in football locker rooms my whole life. You think every male in the locker room has a voice? Are you crazy? Dude, what?
They getting their ass whooped too.
Get your ass up physically. Like, listen, folks, out of every male-dominated space I've been in, military, football locker rooms all the way through college, then military after, different military units, commands, deployments. I am here to tell you across the board, in male-dominated spaces, there are only about 1 to 2% of males in those spaces that are allowed to speak out loud. Everyone else shuts the fuck up and follows orders. I'm telling you that on every level. Now, where I say the difference is that when you have males and females in the space, you can't say that to them because it's like, oh, it's a male-dominated thing going on. It was like, no. If you weren't here, he gets told the same thing. He knows how to take it and shut the hell up so you won't get smacked up, whereas you're fighting his energy back. So I will say, like, I think that's a big misconception where like male-dominated bro spaces are cool.
Yeah, I was like, well,
if you're
not the dominant male of the male group, yeah, yeah, exactly.
If you're cool,
that ain't everybody.
If you broke and you're not cool, it is not a fun space to be in the male-dominated space. You are going to be at the bottom of the totem pole, and like verbally saying anything in some spaces will get you physically. What's the word I'm looking for? I was trying to look at a cool word like Stephen A. Smith, demolish or something, but I'm just going to say destroy. Yeah, somebody Don B says it's an effing goon show. They don't understand it. Like people don't understand it. Like, oh, male-dominated space and bros. I'm like, yo, that's a hard space to be in for guys. Like you all see my personality and Zay personality. You think you're gonna get around us and be acting crazy? No, you're gonna sit there, relax, enjoy your drink, or leave, bro. Like that's there's too much happening over here when you get around. Like it just is what it is. Anyway, all right, let's get back to crypto stuff. I had enough talking. Another hack is happening. Crypto exchanges Twitter gets hacked by disgruntled employee. Oh my goodness. LATOKEN's Twitter account started publishing accusations of scams and mistreating employees. Oh, shots have been fired. That's right. The Twitter account of the Russian crypto exchange LATOKEN, I like how they're Russian, but they call it LATOKEN, seems to have been breached by a hacker who started posting allegations that the exchange is a scam. According to the post, the exchange is promoting scam IEOs and misleading its customers. And again, this kind of goes into what we were talking about earlier, folks. Whether it's an exchange, whether it's CoinMarketCap or Nomics, whatever platform, like every platform is in business for the most part. They are trying to figure out ways to make money. They are not scamming by promoting scam IEOs because every you want to know if it's scam. Like some people say Ethereum's a scam, but don't just because they got a lot of VCs and money and backers now, don't mean that there still isn't a small minority vocal part of the community who says Ethereum is a scam. Ethereum Classic is the real Ethereum. So my point is you have to do your own research across the board. And be honest, most things are scams until they aren't. Looking at you, crypto.com, like Monaco, like a bunch of stuff is scams until they're not. So I don't know about that. But what I will say is you can see here, this tweet from LATOKEN warning this is a scam exchange. They're promoting scam IEOs. They are promoting IEOs promising growth of 100 to 500%. They are cheating and lying to founders and employees. They are misleading founders to think they will have successful IEOs while it never happens. Now, yes, I will agree. Not only do they do it, every exchange does it because they want us to make it seem like they have the next big token thing, blah, 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 blah. Like Coinbase listed Ripple at freaking $3 or whatever, and then allow selling of it or whatever until it dipped.
Yeah, until it dipped. Yeah.
Bcash too. So This happens across the place, but what I will say is this. LA Token, I've been on it. It does seem like a scamish exchange for sure. I do think it is scammy, but I won't say it's a scam exchange. The reason why I was telling Xavier before the show, I've been dumpster diving on there. I bought and sold on there. One thing that did catch me off guard was their withdrawal. You can only do $1,000 worth of withdrawals. They didn't tell you that until after you load your money. So if you load a bunch of money on there, it's going to be a slow process to get it off. But as far as the actual wallets being working, trading, swapping, selling, all that, it did work for me. And I've been on it a few different times. So I won't go as far as say a scam exchange. This does sound like a disgruntled employee who's pissed off about, I mean, it honestly sounds like Fumble. It sounds like the dude Fumble. They're like, Fumble doing this. And it's like, listen, they're doing it, and so is everyone else. And they're going to keep doing it, and so is everyone else. You need to do your research and stop trying to get a 500% APY every time or RI every time you invest in something. What were you about to say?
No, I just hate that people always have this like super moralistic ideal, like, oh, nobody should talk about anything. Shut up. Save yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Save yourself. The best thing you can do is not engage in these types of scams. And again, if the exchange is doing something nefarious, cool. Recognize what you're dealing with, understand how it works, and then get off of there. And again, if you see this tweet right here, he's talking about how they promised a growth of 100% to 500% to founders and employees.
Nobody can promise that.
Why are founders listening to that? Nobody can promise you a percentage gain. Like if you're a founder and you like, yeah, we're gonna get 500, you're stupid. You shouldn't even be a founder. If you're gonna list it. And if the coin makes a lot, cool. But if not, nothing is guaranteed in this market. And of course, whoever this former disgruntled employee was, it will be funny to see if they come out and say who it is, or if they figure out who it is. But whoever this disgruntled employee was, I guess they're, again, on this moral high ground. They don't want scams to come, scam money out of projects, this and that. But again, scammer's job is to scam. Your job is to not get scammed. If you do, hey, pay your tuition and move on. Stop crying. And I want to see if they actually find out who this is, because it would be funny if it's just like
this is definitely an employee. Something
like mailroom, mailroom guy who saw a couple papers or whatever. So yeah, LA Token, they got some work to do.
Yeah, but I will tell you what, when you see an exchange and their Twitter gets hacked, like that is a red flag to be like, hey, it sounds like it's a revolt amongst your people. Like this to me makes it a scam exchange more than anything is the fact that they got somebody from their team apparently telling the world it's a scam exchange. Again, I won't go as far as say it's like that, but if they got somebody in-house that is tweeting this, regardless, if an exchange Twitter account gets hacked, that's a scary thing for an exchange, people. So you know the deal, no keys, no cheese. Want to give some shout outs to our warriors. Listen, all the crypto warriors, all our ladies are shouting themselves out. Want to give a shout out to Suck My Coils. Said woman CEO will be paying my employees in Bitcoin soon. Most of my employees are older women. I'm under 30, so they appreciate it when I put them on.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Shout out to Suck My Coils. Ashley K. I know Ashley K is in here every day. I always see her. Let's see. Bitcoin Madam, of course. Kendra D. Shout out to all the ladies in crypto. That's what like these stories are a lot. Look, folks, prices at 33,000. They need to say, what about that male and female article you had, that gender one? Yeah. Folks, that'll get them talking today. That'll get
them talking, yeah.
Yeah, you know how it is. Nothing else going on.
Bro, I just saw this story. It just popped up. And it's crazy because the reason I'm sharing this is so you can see how crooked these people are. All right. Wharton accepts crypto payments for blockchain program tuition fees, right? All right. Tell me why this past week I have a friend that goes to Wharton. Him and his team, they asked me for their project. They were doing a presentation. What can they do to help people in poverty get crypto? That was the basis of their project. Showed them everything. They came in second place. And they said their exact words was, crypto is too volatile. We don't need to deal with it. And it's not sustainable for y'all's model. And then here we go. A week later, they're accepting crypto payments. And they actually have $5 million in Bitcoin from an anonymous benefactor for their business school. So on one hand, they tell you not to engage with it while engaging with it. So that I just want to show that really quick because I just saw it pop up. But I literally just talked to my friend Wharton Business School. It was him and his team had to do a presentation, and they literally just came out and said, we accepted the payment. Crazy. That's what I said. These people, you talk about scammers, those are true scammers. They tell you don't buy it. No. While they're sitting there buying as much as possible, which I think is happening right now.
I was going to say, agree with you. I would say that's the real scammer. Like the biggest scammers in this space have been fucking MasterCard, It's a basket of junk. Hey, y'all, you know we in the crypto. JP Morgan. Hey, it's trash. It's junk. Oh, we got this crypto conference in this quorum blockchain. I'm like, come on, like.
Hey, Mark Cuban, it's bananas. Oh, 80% of my portfolio is in crypto now. Like, you know how many people lost money because of that? It's wonderful. Come on, man.
Where does it stop? The flippity flip floppers. I think you had like a fire alarm, something going off. Somebody said, or maybe it was beeping.
Yeah, they're doing a fire drill test. They do it once a year. Apparently, it's the 1 week that I'm staying here. It's the 2 weeks I'm staying here. It's some bullshit, but hey, can't do nothing about it.
There we go. All right, let's see what else we have. For some reason, everybody's talking about The Rock. Hilarious. Yes, buy Bitcoin and there's no scams. That's the one thing everybody keeps passing over. And that's why everybody's just trying to find the next Bitcoin, nice big pump. And it's like, hey, man, you could avoid all of these problems if you just buy some Bitcoin and ignore the rest. All right, last story, but not least, we talk about this all the time and literally right on time. Like, folks, this is the week after Martin Luther King Day. We're getting this news story. We started calling this back in 2017. You can go to October videos. I remember when we started calling it. We said there will not be new regulation to after Martin Luther King Day. That's when the government comes back in. It's proven to be true now. 4 years straight, it looks like. Biden administration to release executive order on crypto as early as February is being reported. And again, this article is coming out literally the Monday, a week after Martin Luther King Day weekend, which means they got to work last week. Folks, it's happening. The White House is writing an executive order for release as early as next month that will outline a comprehensive government strategy on cryptocurrencies and ask federal agencies to determine their risks and opportunities. Bloomberg reported on Friday, citing unnamed sources. Again, we talked about this so many times already, but it's the government asking other government agencies what they should do about something that no one in the government wants. What's your thoughts on this?
Exactly. So Biden, who could barely keep his eyes open and stand up straight without taking a nap, is somehow going to try and have an executive order on crypto, even though I do not think they have any type of regulatory standards or really any jurisdiction over crypto. But this is what they do. The directive will place the White House in a central role overseeing these efforts. The Office Comptroller of the Currency, SEC, and CFTC have issued guidance letters, informal statements, and public rulemaking efforts to direct how different aspects of the crypto industry should comply. I want to give a shout out to Coin Center in DC. They've been doing the work over the past 7-8 years, trying to get on Capitol Hill and talk to some of these regulators to let them know exactly what this stuff is. And I remember listening to Hester Pierce when she came to Miami, went to a meetup where she was at, and she was cool, but you could tell they are not organized. The SEC has one thing, the CFTC has something else. The IRS has something else. The FEC, all of these different organizations have a different way to go about it because they don't know how to actually name tokens, NFTs, DeFi. They don't know what to do with all this stuff. What do you do with airdrops? Is that going to be in the bill? I don't think so. So they're slowly trying to get to it, and think about the timing, people. They just now getting around to executive order on cryptos after saying in 2018 they were going to start cracking down on it. So we're talking about 4 years later, people. So again, every innovation you see, go ahead and add 2 to 3 years, maybe even 4 to it, because COVID probably pushed it back, but add 2 or 3 years to it before regulators catch up. So that's what we're seeing here, and hopefully Biden is pretty favorable. I doubt it.
Dustin Prince, thank you for the tip. We'll read out in a second. Voice crypto. Now this part, it's funny because I know it's going to trigger people, but it's true. Like, y'all wanted the Democrats in power. Now look at you, regulated, LOL. He is right. Listen. Folks, when Bitcoin Zay9 started in 2016, Zay, come on. Did I not call that election?
Oh, yeah. Oh, trust me. As I said.
In 2016, we called the election. We started in crypto and started consulting. We talked about how it would affect the price and everything. And one of the things I kept saying under the Trump presidency, even under on his live stream, was like, hey, it was actually good he was as a president for crypto, because the way he had too much shit going on anyway, right? He's trying to stay out of jail. He's not worried about putting other people in jail.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I'm talking about when I look at politics. I'm like, all right, our business is cryptocurrency. We know the power of Bitcoin and what it can do as far as giving you autonomy, groups, communities, autonomy. When Trump was in office, he wasn't, listen, he talk about Bitcoin crypto a little bit. He wasn't worried. You can't be worried about sending people to jail when you're trying to stay out of jail. Then you get this fake ass Ned Flanders wannabe do-gooder who lied to a bunch of people and didn't pay nobody back. Hilarious, but true. And he is actually regulating. He is saying you did $600 on Cash App. I want to know. There's not a maybe with him. He's actually doing it. He's coming after the money. So I had to give that comment.
Vote wisely. I was gonna say, hey, vote wisely, because you're gonna have most of one party, they like Bitcoin, and then most of the other party gonna talk about the environmental dangers of Bitcoin. I don't even need to tell you who they are. You know who I'm talking about. But I mean, like I said, I don't join the Bloods or the Crips, but I'm one of those people that observe from afar. And what I can see happening is people are starting to vote for Bitcoin or to vote to get away from government, and the politicians who go with it, they're succeeding right now. And if they start going for office, you may see an entire turn of the political sphere in the next coming years. Also, with this fiasco with how COVID was handled in New York and California, it's not looking too good for their administration. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, just look out for that.
Yeah, you say that, but you got that red and blue on, looking tough right now.
Oh yeah, I'm part of both.
All right, last but not least, really quick, Dustin Prince, thanks for the tip. Great show, fellas. What has been hit the hardest and can benefit if a reversal comes, AVAX, Mana, or something else? Your call. I haven't looked at everything to tell you what's been hit the hardest. I will say I know Solana did get hit pretty tough, and the reason why is because they're already going through outages. So they're already about to face their own dip, and then the entire market dip, of course, following Bitcoin. So I know they are being hit tough. But again, just thinking of Solana, for those who are high on Solana, who still think it's an Ethereum competitor, who still understands this just may be a scaling issue, unless it is the big China rug pull, then that may be something that you could benefit.
We got a new Neo. We got a new Neo.
Exactly. Whoa, you're right. Holy, if that was the new
Neo. If you don't remember Neo, it was first Ant shares. It went from like scary. 50 cents to like $100 something. And then that was the Chinese Ethereum. And then here we go with Solana, which is supposed to be the next better Ethereum with a lot of Chinese investment, and super dump and down for what, 48 hours, 72 hours? I'm not saying this is exactly what's happening. I'm just saying they got stress tested and they are failing miserably right now.
Right.
And hey, we've seen other Ethereums before.
The only reason why I say it might not be is because literally last night at the Warriors game, it had FTX all over the floor. So at this point, it's like, oh, it's going to be some people going to jail on that one. Y'all got Steph Curry in the FTX uniform and Brady?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, too big to fail now. Too big.
They gonna tear down FTX sign at the stadium.
That's what I'm saying. Other than that, that is the show for today. Again, make sure you check out the video we will be releasing here in a moment for theqube.cc, new DEX and AMM platform. Thanks for the show sponsorship today. Bitcoins, you have anything?
Nothing for me. Just make sure you get that masterclass, and definitely appreciate you all for watching. Happy Monday.
All right, that's the show for today. Make sure you smash that like and share. We will see you all tomorrow with some more